When it comes to the bombastic, bass bouncing, brilliantly beautiful music that is hip hop, the impact that it's had on our culture is extraordinary. Alright, so a lot of us have heard of hip hop music before, but a lot of us don't know where it came from. Just a little backstory: hip hop music originated in the Bronx, New York, back in the late 1970s. From then on, it spread like wildfire. With its impact and its influence on fashion and hair, it was no wonder the why it's still listened to today. Hip hop culturally affected fashion and hair. You had groups back then such as Run DMC who influenced the fashion game as rappers and hip hop artists of the time. They would wear things like gold chains and matching Adidas tracksuit along with Kango hats, otherwise known and seen today as bucket hats. The thing about fashion that hip hop really sent out there was that it was affordable. Along with being affordable, you also had your higher end items that symbolized your wealth along with your status in your own neighborhoods and your culture. You have brands such as Anise, and you have brands such as Iceberg, in which a lot of rappers such as Jay Z and Foxy Brown would talk about in their raps. This would make a lot of people wonder, what are those brands like? Let me check them out. In which you had your prices and so on. According to Max Berlinger of the LA Times, perhaps most crucially, it's hip hop's use of reinvention that was most prescient of today's style of dress. The idea of remix culture has been a core tenet of hip hop music, taking existing musical motifs and mixing them together to forge a new sound. That ideology has extended to the genre's visual presentation as well. In that quote, he's talking about custom black artists at the time, not rappers, but fashion designers, such as Dapper Dan, that would have customizations. They would take these luxury brands such as Gucci and they would take Louis, in which he would use those fabrics and he would create different items such as customized jeans, customized jackets, customized shirts, the list goes on and on. Along with that, you have different types of clothing coming out due to hip hop music, such as streetwear. Streetwear is very prominent now, especially due to social media, along with music as well of hip hop. Streetwear includes items such as ripped jeans, distressed jeans, along with flannels, and your under the flannel will usually be like a shirt with a famous rapper artist on the cover of it, along with a different type of hat, such as a baseball cap, and Jordans, usually for the shoes, or any other basketball artist at the time. Along with that, you have a lot of these big brand designer artists coming along with these rappers, and they're collabing together, such as Travis Scott and Dior, who have spring and fall collection coming up this upcoming year. With that, you get the influence of hip hop, and you're also getting the luxuriousness of items such as Dior, and you're putting the two together in which you're making this amazing line of clothing in which people are influenced to buy, considering Travis Scott as one of the main rappers in today's society, in which a lot of us do know. Along with that, hip hop has culturally affected hair. Yes, even hair. With that, you have different hair products nowadays. With rap and hip hop music, you had in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and so on, different products. You have Pump It Up spray, which is used today to do ponytails, which has been seen on rappers such as members of the NWA, which is a rap group that was prominent in the 90s and early 2000s. And you had Little Kim, who was using different colorful wigs, in which her wigs was an expression of who she was and how hip hop had made her. Now, with that, you also have, protective styles that came out of hip hop music, such as braids. And with this, braids also come from past history, such as being in Africa and being who you are as a person, in which being black and being an African American and being from Africa, the African diaspora has had a huge impact on hip hop music, in which hip hop was able to affect hair. With that, you also have do rags and bonnets, which are also worn outside of the home, and they're also worn inside of the home. It just depends on how you wear it in terms of what you're going about with, your fashion, which is how the two coincide with each other. With that, you have famous magazines such as Hype Hair, Black Hair, and those would promote famous rappers and famous musical artists that would be able to really show you how hair can be done, what's newest trends, what new hair products are out there, and etc. And As seen in the upcoming online news blog Madame Noir, she says, hip hop culture goes far beyond just music. Popular artists of the genre are trendsetters in several arenas. To say that some hip hop artists have influenced hairstyles would be an understatement. These rap stars listed here didn't necessarily create the trends they are mostly closely associated with, but they did help popularize them. Now, along with that, you have the idea still that both fashion and hair were culturally affected by hip hop. Popular online magazine Scope reads, since its inception in the streets of South Bronx in New York, the influence of hip hop has been felt widely all over the world. It has been applied effectively as a channel of social mobility, especially for the marginalized communities such as the blacks in America. Altogether, hip hop has changed hair from drab to fab by affecting and advancing different hairstyles such as cute and creative curls to pretty and pumped up puffballs due to rappers and chart topping hit songs. Also, the fashion world will continue to be affected by hip hop music as new fashion designers collaborate with rap artists and let the music and fashion dance the night away.